Hello everyone, this is Ashutosh here. You are most welcome on my YouTube channel Ashu Official. If you are watching me for the first time, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Today I have had an opportunity to have conversation with one of best tutors on English Shari, Vipul Pansar. In this conversation we talked about unconventional jobs and he recommended a lot of words to me which are replacement of very. So if you are the one who likes using new words while speaking English, don't forget to watch this video completely. I request you guys to watch this video attentively so you can learn those new words and you can use them while speaking English.
Hey, hi,
Yes, hi.
welcome back. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for asking, sir. How about you?
I'm well. Thanks a lot for asking. Have we met before, Ashutosh? Or is it the first time?
Yes, I think yes. It is the second time. First time we met on Clappingo, but this time we are meeting on English, Shari.
Yes, we have met before because you seem to be a recognized face. Ashutosh, where are you from? Are you from UP or from Gujarat?
Yeah, sure. It's been long, so I will reintroduce myself in front
Please
of
do
you.
that. Would be
My
great
name
help.
is Ashutosh Dwivedi, and I hail from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. And
Right.
about my education, I have recently completed my master's degree, that is Masters of Arts in English Literature. And apart from this, I run a YouTube channel that focuses on spoken English conversations and tips and tricks related to spoken English. So
All
that's
right.
what I do. Yeah.
Okay. So where did you get this idea of starting a YouTube channel where you post conversations?
Yeah, sure. I will tell you. There is a story behind. So I
Okay.
started my journey way back in, I would say, 29th April 2020, when I was back to my hometown due to this COVID-19. Then I thought of improving my communication skills. So I got one of my friends from Kerala, so Jose Mohan sir, and he recommended me to start doing conversations. And he said that why don't you post those videos on YouTube just for the sake of confidence and to improvement in your confidence. You'll get some feedback from people and you'll be able to work on that. And I just started doing it. And then I just came to know about Clappingo, English Shari, Inktalki, Ace Fluency, Cambly, all these platforms. Then
Mm-hmm.
I thought of improving myself by communicating with professionals.
All right, and it has been fruitful, it seems.
Yeah, sure, of course. It's been a wonderful journey, and I
Okay.
can say that I learned a lot by interacting with trainers.
Hmm. And how about your YouTube journey? Like, are you growing well over there?
Yeah, it's full with ups and downs, I can say, because you
Mhm.
cannot rely on social media platform like YouTube. Sometimes it gives you the good results and you are really happy. So most of the time we are always looking for the good views and sometimes we don't get and we become disappointed. So that's what it is happening, but it's going well. I have 22,000 followers at this moment, but I'm trying to
That's
improve
amazing.
myself as much as I can as a
That's a,
content creator.
no, it definitely is a significant number. People, take a long time in gathering one such number. So you've done a special job for yourself, and obviously you've been working for a long time on that. 2019, you said, isn't it?
I'm working on YouTube from 2021. I passed my intermediate in 2019.
Okay. And right after that, you started getting better at your communication skills. You started working on it. Okay.
Yes, in 2020, when I was back to my hometown, I was pursuing
Mm.
my bachelor's degree. That was in just Banaras Hindu University. But unfortunately, I was there for only one single semester, and due to COVID, I had to come back, and I gave my 5 semesters online.
Oh
So
my
all those semesters I just wrote from my home only, and I was not very much interested in online studies because the subjects like account, I feel you need offline environment for that. But
God.
then I left that and I started working on my communication skills. And then I changed my stream from BCom. I came to MA English Literature.
All right. Makes sense because you love that language clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Speaking about the topic that we have today, it is jobs and unconventional jobs. Somehow we have reached the topic jobs without even knowing that this was the topic. Going ahead with this, one thought that tops the chart on my mind is how do we decide a job is conventional or unconventional? Back in the day, I guess if you had spoken about starting your own YouTube channel and making it your career back in 2018 or 17, people would have laughed and not trusted the opinion. In today's time, it has become a conventional job if you look at it. What do you feel about YouTube as a career? Is it conventional or unconventional?
Exactly, as you said, in 2016 or 17, it was a very new concept and people did not believe in it. But
Mm-hmm.
people who took initiative and they are working really well. Like if I talk about many people who started in 2017 and they are
Mm-hmm.
on a just very good height at this moment and they have a lot of followers. But
Mm-hmm.
right now, starting YouTube in 2025, oh my goodness, its market is so saturated that you have to
Already.
struggle a lot from the first
Yeah.
video onwards. You have to come up with the content that you have to compete internationally, and there should be
Mm-hmm.
quality. The content should add value in others life, then only people can watch you. Otherwise, what I feel nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
getting 20,000 followers also is very difficult task. Okay,
Yes.
so but now it is a conventional kind of task and usual thing. Most of the people trying to they are trying to make their career on social media, but it
Mm-hmm.
was not. When I was pursuing my, I would say, when I was in a school, even though it was a new concept for me, I studied in Navodaya and phone was not allowed, so we were not very much into social media at that time. But when
Mm-hmm.
I came out, then I thought only to work on all these things, and then I thought, why can't I continue just as a content creator? And even though I can work independently, I get some students also from my
Yeah.
YouTube channel. They
All
request
right.
me, so I help them. So that's how it
Right.
is working. And now it's
Mm-hmm.
a we can make career, but what I'll request people to do not depend on YouTube. Do not just make it a primary thing. Just have
Mm-hmm.
something and just as a second plan. Like I'm conducting some sessions for my students, so that will
Mm-hmm.
be there forever. Maybe I can start my own offline institute and I can start training
Yeah.
people. Okay,
Yeah.
but some people who are bloggers are doing some daily showing the daily activities. But if
Mm-hmm.
YouTube does not work well for them, they don't have anything else to do, right?
Yeah. At least when you are fired from a job, it can be termed as layoff, but YouTube would not even give one such notification, right? So it's quite
Yeah.
volatile if you have a look at it. Okay, there is a pattern that I've seen in your speech. I know that you are not new to this pattern. The fact
Mhm,
is, you're using a lot of varies in your speech. I would like to mention a few places where you did that. A
mhm.
couple of them actually, and there were others too. So you said very good career option and very new. Can we say something else in place of very new concept?
Yeah, very new concept. We can say innovative idea,
All right. Can you say
mhm.
fresh concept? You can definitely say fresh,
Fresh
fresher.
concept. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm,
It can also be said pristine, a
mhm,
pristine concept. You can say it was an untouched concept.
mhm,
Secluded concept can be said. Okay.
mhm,
It means it was away from the touch of people. That can be said. Not so much exploited, you can say. Unexploited
mhm.
concept, even that can be said. And today, the market is, as you have already mentioned, it is saturated. It has been exploited left, right, and center, isn't it?
Mhm.
Okay. You see people creating clickbaits on YouTube these days. There are a lot of people who are just craving for a click on the link that they've created. How long lasting do you feel it is? How durable it is to just get a view on your video?
I didn't get your question. Please come again.
I'll come again. I'm sorry about
Mhm,
that. My question is, when you say in today's time when content creation has become the new normal for many people,
mhm, mhm.
in this quest, a lot of people are just craving for views. They're creating
Sure.
clickbait thumbnails so that people just
Okay.
click it once and they can just register a click and they can get that ounce of money in their pocket. So, how do you feel? How justified is it? And do you feel it is a long lasting idea to just get views in that manner?
Yeah, well, it's a very nice question, and most of the, I would say, YouTubers they talk about it that we should not create the thumbnails which does not relate to your content. But many people who are not aware of these things and they don't want to be in the market for a very long time. I don't know like what is their mindset. The mindset is to get more and more money. That is the first thing. But what I think about the content creation is that the face value, the more
Mhm.
I create content, the content is valuable and good for people. For sure, they are going to give me some value for it. That's what I feel. But many people are just working for the sake of views and money. That's why it
Mhm.
is, and it is not long lasting. If you want to have some face recognition, I can say Steve
Mhm.
Harvey, Ellen DeGeneres, or many more YouTubers, Tom Bayou, Jay Shetty. So they are known for their content. Andy Huberman, they are not putting the something on thumbnail that and then not telling
They
something
don't have
different
to.
in the
They
show.
don't have
Yeah,
to.
exactly, because they're so genius and They have a lot of content to tell, and people are ready to watch them for hours and
Mm.
hours. But
Yeah.
somebody who does not have a lot of content, and they are not able to add a lot of value in people's life, that's why they do this. And
Mm.
this is not really a good thing. If you want to be in market for a very long time, if you want to establish your own brand, and if you want to become a personal brand, then for sure you have to work genuinely.
Hmm. Again, the same league of thought. Very. It has to be brought down.
Mhm,
Very
mhm,
nice. You can say delightful. You can say outstanding, excellent, marvelous,
mhm,
magnificent. When you appreciated my question, you could have said these words as well. And see, for fluency, for the sake of fluency, it's all right. You may very well go ahead and do that and keep doing that. But the fact is, I'm sure you are here to add value to your own speech as well. So to
mhm,
make that happen, definitely you should work on things like that. So I won't say the pitch or the volume has to be brought down, but I definitely think that the pace can be brought down a notch, not too low.
mhm,
A marginal difference can be made so that your mind has more breathing space and you can implement a change. Okay. For
mhm,
example, when you are learning how to ride a bicycle, you go slow initially. You don't ride it
mhm,
full swing from the very first
mhm,
pedal, right? So
mhm,
the fact is, because you are wanting to implement, if you are interested in implementing this change of very to reduce this and to bring up better words, I think you'll have to reduce the pace slightly. A marginal
mhm.
drop in the pace will actually result into something unique in your speech. Okay, so
Okay.
that's the only thing. And when I come to a session, I feel like adding some value to the learner. So that's why I'm just
Mhm.
suggesting these things. I hope I'm not over suggesting anything here. Is it all right?
Not really. Yeah, no, not really.
All right then. So in place of saying very long time, can you use something else in place of very long time?
Very long time.
Hmm.
I'm not getting anything at this moment.
You can say substantial amount of time, significant time.
Mm.
This
Mhm,
can be said, right? So this is something that I want you to grab as soon as possible so that you can start getting
mhm,
these words at the right time. And once that happens, trust me, the content that you have, if it is coupled up with the right packaging of vocabulary and idioms and phrases, you may do
mhm,
wonders with whatever you are doing already. Obviously, it will also go one notch higher. Okay.
mhm.
All right then. So Ashutosh, next question regarding conventional and unconventional jobs. If you were to decide and get into one unconventional job that you have heard of, which one would that be? I would very well be a mattress tester, by the way. You tell me.
Actually, yes, I have gone through that note, and I try just I would love to be, I think, tea taster. I would try to check out the just the flavors of the tea they were talking about, and just providing the flavors to the thing, different flavors. They were telling like the people get $50,000 to $1 lakh per year, so it's
Fine.
a good amount. But to be honest, I'm not very much into unconventional things, just unusual things. I do something which is already right now. I'm looking for the teaching and training sector in life. So that has been there for substantial amount of time, of
Mhm.
course.
Yes.
So that's an ancient concept, I can say. So I'm looking for
Mhm.
the same, and I don't want to go into something which is completely strange and new for people at this moment. But
Mhm.
I would love to just be the one like that they are talking in the sessions, or as they
Mhm.
said about the somebody that is all just they were talking about some queue sitters or something like that,
Oh
line
yes.
sitters.
Just
I
just
think
stand
it's
there.
very difficult for me to do that. Like even though I'm not able to do that for myself, how I'll be able to do for others that
But
is standing in the line for hours and hours.
one such profession can come really handy for a person who's quite lethargic like me. I would want people to stand on my behalf in the queue. Why not? Right? But nowadays there are rarely any queues that we have to stand in, isn't it?
Mhm.
When was the
Yeah,
last time when you stood in a
but in
queue?
India, it is still there. I can say that there are many places in India where you have to be there for a long
Give me an
time.
example.
A funny example I can give you, maybe just when we go for Bandara outside.
Yes, that's something that we can skip as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
In
yeah,
necessary,
exactly.
yeah, in necessary services, I don't think nowadays there's a place where people have to stand in a queue and get themselves treated, isn't it?
Yeah, but sometimes as I lived in hostel, so it was a common thing for us because there were 560 boys, and we had to be in queue for food, for water, for everything. Okay, whatever we just because there were limited resources, the one or two water coolers and 560 boys. So you have to wait there for a long time, and sometimes seniors were there, and they used to ask these things to juniors that please bring a water bottle for me. So that's how it is. They were doing on behalf,
Yes.
just for the seniors, and it was there. But nowadays, I don't feel, even though I don't have to go for the queue a lot. But yes, of course, I can give you one more example. When I go to government hospital, if you want to go for the consultancy or just to the government hospital, if I will say in my city, that is Hellet LLR hospital. So if I go there, then again you have to wait there for a long time, maybe 30, 40 or 50 people in a queue, and you have to wait for hours.
Got it. Okay. I didn't know that, by the way, because I have visited hospitals but have not visited a government hospital in the longest of time. So maybe that's the reason. But I should visit one so as to get the feel of it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But if
Okay.
you go to private hospitals, you will not be able to see queue. Just there are
Yeah.
few customers, and they are very, very much. I would say they are people. When you go there, they just come to accept you. That, oh, what's the problem? Please tell me. Just I'm going to handle this matter
They
like
literally
this.
peep into your pockets when you're inside their premises.
Yeah, but in government hospital, they don't even care.
They don't care. Yes. And
Mhm.
the language which is used, I think that's pathetic over there. Most of the people who quite disrespectful towards others, I don't know, as if they feel they are doing some obligation on others. They are just, passing on a favor to someone. I don't feel that's right. I've seen a few instances. Now that you said, I guess 3 years back when I went to a government hospital, I guess that was the reason I stopped going there. Because the
Mhm.
way they treat patients, not the doctors, the ones who sit outside the clinics of the doctors or
Mhm.
outside the cabins of the doctors, they feel they are the kings of that place. And I don't
Mhm.
really don't like the way they speak. I don't know if it is universal or is it just happening in my city, but I have faced it. And the day I decided and I resolved, I won't go there.
Yeah, it happens everywhere, I can say, first of all.
Mhm.
And second thing is that doctors, they'll talk to you in a very good manner. But the people who are
Yes.
standing outside, I'm not just blaming them all the time. And today also, I was discussing the same, I would say, the matter with my brother-in-law. They are frustrated sometimes. They have to
Absolutely.
work for hours and hours and deal with 1,000 people. And
Yeah.
if I talk about the government hospitals, many people are uneducated who go there. Okay, and if you try to make them understand, you tell them same thing four times, they will not understand. You will say this is ENT department, you will not get your medicine here, but they will
Mm.
not be able to understand. They will go there again. No, I have to check it. I have to check it. They will say that right now it's 2 o'clock. Like there is now you'll not get medicine. You have to go out. No, they will be standing there in a queue waiting for
Yeah.
long and asking people that when I'll get it. So all these things are that makes them sometimes like very
Mm.
problem, a lot of problem for them. That's why
Mm.
they feel frustration. And sometimes they have the mindset like this, because when they do it for a long time, it becomes their habit that they shout at anyone, oh man, just I'm telling you, why don't you go there, why are you here? So that's how it is. I agree that,
Mm.
but I'm able to understand their situation too, because when you over I have just gone through such. If I talk about, give you an example of Mahakum, I went there and I have
Oh,
seen the situations. Sometimes
okay.
we can say that how police officials were treating. They were abusing people, literally.
Then,
But I know exactly, not there, but I have
understood.
seen in the railway stations in the train. But I can understand, man, how frustrating situation it was. They did not have any other option apart from abusing them and shouting at them, because people were dying. Or if they would die, the just people will say like what police people were doing there. There were many officials, why they died and all this stuff. That's why I was able to understand their situation, and I have just experienced few things in the temple, especially, or all these places where people go like thousand and thousand people. It becomes really difficult to handle them. So if you go to such places, you will be able to understand the value of those bouncers, police
Mhm.
officials. I feel like hats off to them, the people who were working in Mahakum. So they were working 24/7, trying to help others, trying to guide others.
Hmm. It looked like a havoc over there, by the way, when I looked at it from a distance. I did not go there, considering the situation was really out of hands and I did not want to risk my life. But kudos to you, you actually made your way to that place. Would want to learn more about the Kumbh experience, sorry, Mahakumbh experience. I would want, before we get into that topic, if you don't mind, I want you to share an alternative to good amount. I know I'm trying to just be straightforward with one topic today. I want you to replace these words with better ones. So you said $50,000 is a good amount. What else can we say? It's
Handsome
not just a
salary.
good handsome salary. Great. High.
or
I
substantial amount, the same
Very
word we
good.
can use it. Mhm.
Very good. You can say
And
hefty can be
fair,
said. Hefty can also be said. Hefty amount.
hefty. Mhm.
Handsome amount can also be said. You were absolutely right when you said that. Okay.
Mhm.
This is what I need. So wait a little bit, get to that better word, make the sentence, get done with it. Okay.
Mhm.
So at this point, more than completing a sentence, I'm sorry, I'm giving you an early feedback. But the thing is, more than completing the sentence, you should be wanting to create an impact with that sentence. That's the difference
Mhm.
between spoken English and communication skills. Okay.
Mhm.
Like going by my experience, I can just tell you this much, that if you just complete sentences, after a certain point it will just be a language, but you also have to make an impact when you're speaking, so that
Mhm.
people buy what you say. Okay, so that they understand or believe in your argument. For that to happen, you'll have to use the right words at the right time, and with as
Mhm.
few words as possible. Even that has to be taken care of. Okay, on that note, Ashutosh, we'll go for the next round, and that's towards Mahakumbh, and I'm more than excited to learn more about it. So, I would not want to disrespect anybody's feelings towards the religion. I am also quite religious and spiritual. Having said that, there were a few reports that came out and said there was a lot of fecal deposit in the water, and there were many people coming from elite classes and also from the lower classes, the upper middle class, lower middle class. Everyone was there. Yes, I believe in spirituality, but don't you think it was quite unhealthy also to take a dip in that water? What do you think? Before you throw a stone at me, please tell me.
Exactly. If I think that scientifically it was not good and not hygienic for people to be there, and
Mhm.
but to be honest, but as I am Hindu and my mother requested me to go there, and
Okay.
she told me that it is happening after 144 years. And even though I was quite concerned with this particular statement that I'm not going to get this chance forever in my life. So, and my mother, especially, I went there for my mother. I didn't have a lot of intention to go there, but when my mother said that she wants to go there, I said I'll try
Yeah.
my level best
Thank
somehow.
you.
So that's why I went there, and it was not hygienic in that sense. But I would say government tried their level best.
Mhm.
Everyone, people were appreciating government because controlling 60 crores people or 70 crores people is not an easy task in a single place or the city
Is
like
that possible?
Prayagraj.
Like really, 70 crore people visited?
Exactly. Yes. In one a day, people like 1.5 crores and 2 crores people were visiting. On
Wow.
29th January, just many, I would say, I don't know the exact data, but that was the horrible day in that journey because many people died. Many people died on 29th January. So that's how it was. But government tried their level best to make it successful. But unfortunately, I can say that is pretty obvious when many people go there, it becomes really difficult to handle such situations. Even
Mhm.
though officials were guiding them, shouting, giving instructions, but people were not listening to anyone. They wanted to board a train. They wanted to go back as early as possible. When they were coming, they were really interested to visit, but just while they were going, they were not
Mhm.
waiting for anyone. They wanted to save their life. So that's how
Yeah.
it was. So I can
It must have
understand that.
been. It must have been suffocating also for a few people over there.
Yes, I heard the news that there was a lady from my hometown and she died. Just when she was in train because she was a heart patient and it was overcrowded, and that's why she died and she was not able to breathe properly. Maybe.
Hmm. I guess we need a few mock drills for this concept too, isn't it?
Yeah, but it is not going to happen again, I hope, because as it was, it says that it will just kum or Pood kum come. Just now it will come in 2169, 2169. So after 144 years, but
Yeah.
it will be there in 2037 in Prayagraj again.
Okay. 2037. It happens in every 11 or 12 years. 12
12
years.
years. It happens in every 12 years. In what particular place? Okay. If I talk about Prayagraj, it will happen in 2037. But there are three more places where it
Yeah.
happens. I can say Haridwar, Nasik,
Ujjain.
Ujjain. Hmm.
Ujjain. Yes. I have heard a lot about the Kumbh of Ujjain. I've heard a
Mhm.
lot from the participants in these conversations. So they speak a lot about
But
it.
this food Mahakumbh only happens in Prayagraj.
Ah, that will only happen after 144 years.
Yes, that will only happen after 144 years and only in
Mhm.
Prayagraj.
Okay. People who were not able to go there, like me, I was not frankly too interested also, otherwise would have tried. But frankly, there are many people who wanted to but could not visit. Do you feel they have missed out on something? Something major?
I heard from many people that they just got this FOMO or fear of missing out something.
Yeah.
They were really unhappy. I can say few of my relatives also they were not able to go, so that's why they were just feeling a bit because they didn't experience this. I would say crazy Kumbh Mela there, and they wanted to experience it. But I cannot say that they have missed something because you have always an opportunity to do spiritual activities every single day. It is not something which will come only after 144 years. If you
Mm.
do spiritual activities every single day, there is no need to just to wait for such events in your life. Okay, so that's what I believe in, and
This
many.
was a wonderful conversation where we talked about unconventional jobs, and I learned a lot of words throughout the conversation. So I hope you also have enjoyed this conversation. And if you would like to have this kind of conversations with the tutors on English Shari, don't forget to go through the description of my video where you will get the link of application and website as well. So you can go to website or application and book a session with such tutors who can help you to improve your spoken English. So if you want to become fluent, don't forget to go through the description of my video, which will help you to book sessions with these tutors, and it can help you to become a wonderful speaker. So thank you so much. Many, many thanks to you for watching this video. Bye bye. Take care.